So my whole approach to marketing is through a lens of honesty and transparency. And I figured this might be an opportunity to show the process that I go through when I am editing video content with some of our experts that I work with. So behind me on screen, you'll see my colleague, Ryan Kubec. And Ryan and I had sat down a couple of months ago to do a multi-part series on looking at this aspect of customer experience. And so when I work with anybody in my studio, we tend to avoid scripts. I tend to relax them by having them envision that we are just simply talking about this topic over a beer or a cup of coffee, and it tends to prompt them to relax. Now with Ryan and I very much follow a process of he will go through, think about what he wants to say, deliver the line, we'll take a break, he will recompose or look at his notes, and then we go into the second part. I don't think that this is anything that's uncommon, but this is certainly something that the two of us have come to understand and the process that we utilize. So what I wanted to explain here is, as I'm looking at Ryan's video, and I have actually two different sequences that I have pulled up, this is an opportunity for me with, you'll notice it was shot on a green screen. It very much at this point right now is a talking head video. How can I make this a little bit more personable and show that invulnerable aspect to it? So I want to play something briefly. This is a break in the conversation, and this is where Ryan goes in to share some thoughts of his, and this is off script. And as somebody who's putting together video, I'm wondering, is this something that I can then integrate into the final piece?
One thing I think I'm struggling with now is I keep saying customers, and I think it might be hard for someone to follow. Am I talking about our customers or a company's customers? So I don't know if there's a way for me to, if it'd be better for me to say, a lot of the companies who we work with specifically and only say companies, or say, and then when I'm saying customers, talk about the company that we're working with, like ultimately the end customer.
That's a good separation. I mean, that's a good way of differentiating between the two. You did mention. So you'll notice that Ryan goes and shares some thoughts that he's having midway through. And this is a point where the two of us end up having a conversation about what would be the best approach for him in this particular video. And so as somebody who's editing this piece, my thought is, how do I work this in? Because I do think that this one moment could be valuable in the overall messaging, because it breaks up. We're not just focusing on product. We're not just focusing on solution. We're getting into something that is a bit more human. And so this is something I'm working on right now. I just wanted to show a little bit of the process that I go through when I'm creating video content after working with some of our experts. The fact that I've used a green screen, I'll swap that out. As an alternate take, though, just as something else to show, I also shot this with a second camera where you can actually see the walls outside of the green screen. You can see the mics we're using. And this is something that I might switch over to this particular shot when he starts to talk about these concerns he has.
One thing I think I'm struggling with now is I keep saying customers, and I think it might be hard for someone to follow. Am I talking about our customers?
By doing this, I'm breaking away from the formal talking head part of the video that would be typical with some of these messages that we're trying to deliver. And I'm showing something a little bit more informal by seeing everything that's around. So these are different thoughts that are coming to mind. If you have suggestions, by all means, place them in the comments of this post. I would love to hear your suggestions, because I'm always eager to learn from those who might have more experience than me or just a different perspective. So I hope you're having a good Friday. I hope that you're going to have a great weekend. To all of the fathers out there, happy Father's Day to you, and we will talk to you next week.